Number 2, Dream On.
Well, sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear. Sing it with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
Number 1, Sweet Emotion. Hear more from Aerosmith and similar artists now. Search for Aerosmith on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
The Doug Gottlieb Show.
Okay.
Let's start with this. Finally nailed it, Gottlieb. I don't care about the foul. The way that Caitlin Clark handled it shows like she has clearly put herself above all of this. But as far as the controversy, I feel like it's a non-controversy in front of a sellout crowd made up of little girls. That there's a group of people yelling out racial epithets, I find that really hard to believe.
The Doug Gottlieb Show. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Fox Sports 940.
1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 1-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, nice job, Carlos. Welcome. Live from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Another blistering Miami afternoon. 88 degrees outside, so the windows and the walls are slammed and secure for game time. We are inside the comfort of the air conditioning at Lone Depot Park. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940 Miami. It's game 48 of 162. I got to be honest with you, I already forgot the final from yesterday. All I remember is Monday's win, and with a Miami victory today, the Marlins would pencil in a 4-2 homestand before they head out to the West Coast for the week. We're pumped to bring you Game 3 series finale between the 29-20 Chicago Cubs and your 19-28 Miami Marlins. It'll be Cade Horton, who's had quite the month of May making his major league debut. He earned his first win, of course, got his first punch-out. He'll start here for the Cubbies and Craig Counsell's squad. He'll go opposite Max Meyer, who's fresh off a win. He'll march out to make his 10th start of his campaign. First pitch today, slated for 1:10 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Wednesday afternoon. With Jack McMullen and Rod Allen, I'm Steven Strom. We're going the distance here this afternoon, 1:10 first pitch. Clayton McCullough, we will first have him on the show on Max Meyer. Pat Hughes, 43 years as a big league broadcaster. He's been with the Cubs for a minute now, one of the legends of the radio game on the baseball side of things. He will join the program to get us ready for the series finale. Of course, we got you ahead of the count with Horton and Meyer. Jack and Rob will jump in for some banter. Got some good storylines coming into the afternoon. Our X-Poll question of today at Marlins Radio, and of course, Steve's guarantee to victory. So, a couple things for Max Meyer. He has struggled over the last couple of starts, last 4 of them in particular, 20 and a third innings pitch, 18 earned runs. He's a 7.97 ERA. He did win his last start, though, on Friday against the Rays. In the process, though, he took a ball to the right ankle that's pretty bruised. He also took a ball to the leg. Got a chance to speak with Clayton McCullough this afternoon on his health, plus what the key is for Meyer against this Cubs team.
How is Max Meyer feeling after the shot to the ankle and the leg?
Yeah, Max is a hockey player, so, Max was even if he's not going to say anything. But no, in all seriousness, I think Max was fine off of that, and he was okay, the one from the shin, and, don't anticipate that being of any issue today.
We talked about him in his last start. He said one of the most frustrating things for him this year has been after his offense got a big inning, he's not able to get that shutdown inning. Why do you think? What's your theory on why it's so difficult for pitchers to come back out that following inning and get a shutdown?
I don't know. I think they all realize the importance of that, right? I mean, that's something probably when you first start playing, those shutdown innings. So, hey, is it, trying too hard? Does it feel like you got to go out there and make perfect pitches in comparison to what you normally do and just try to go pitch to pitch, batter to batter? So I don't know. Or maybe it's just happenstance that's kind of, when, as things are going. So I don't know, really what to, looking at that, I don't think Max's mentality changes any or see anything quite different. Just, so not really sure.
What do you think is key against the Cubs for him today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, again, like I say this a lot, but it's, you have to be on the attack here with them. And that's all, we've done a pretty good job over the 5 games we played them with, limiting the free passes. They do have, an offense that's very capable. We've seen to score quickly, and they could do some damage. But, you're trying to limit to that and force them to get their way on. And so, Max today, getting in the count with multiple offerings, be able to show enough velocity to keep him off some of the secondary pitches and, game count leverage to get those guys engaged in the at-bat where now, you can dictate a little bit more, how the action goes.
Was Clayton McCullough on Max Meyer. And it was interesting because I did ask him about this shutdown inning stuff, and that's becoming sort of that buzzword in baseball right now. When you score 2 or 3 runs, you want the following frame, of course, to be a shutout, a 0, a donut, so you can kind of gain and keep that momentum. And for Max Meyer, that was something that he mentioned in his last start, and we had followed it, actually. Jack and I looked at his Tampa Bay game. Marlins scored 4 in the 4th inning, and Max Meyer then gave up 3 in that 5th. In Chicago, Marlins got 1 in the 7th. Chicago scored 3 in that 7th inning. So make sure to look out for that this afternoon as Max Meyer looks to win back-to-back starts here for the Marlins in this series finale against the Cubbies. We got a lot more on tap. Just an outstanding conversation ahead with Pat Hughes, who's been a Major League broadcaster for 43 years, one of the voices of baseball the past, 40-plus years. He will join me next. We don't talk a ton of baseball. Just wanted to pick his brain about his career and maybe what his backup plan was. But that is next. 1:10 first pitch. We're back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Here.
3-0 pitch. Green light. That one hammered out to center and deep. A line shot homer. 3-0 swinging, and Sanchez greets Ben Brown to Miami.
I was talking to Sanchez before the game today. I don't know if you guys were around or not, but he was out here working on his base stealing today. And I said, "You going to steal a base today?" He said, "Not only am I going to steal a base today, but I'm going to hit a home run too."
Brown, Stowers hitting cleanup today, but again a 3-ball count. And Augustine Ramirez hits one high and deep left center. Suzuki back, Suzuki track. That one's gone. Back-to-back blasts open the ball game. Sanchez is second, Ramirez is 6th, and it's 2-0 Fish in the first. And the 2-1. I want to rip down the first base line. That's in for a base hit. This could win it. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hillen to tie it. Sanoja in to win it. And it's a walk-off 2-run double for Jesus Sanchez. The Marlins magic continues in Miami.
Derek, this was just an incredible win tonight. What did your team display against the Cubs?
I feel like what we've been displaying the whole year. Doesn't matter until the last pitch. We're always in it no matter what.
What are you thinking with Sanchez up at the plate?
I knew we were going to win once he got up. I mean, it's just a fact. You could see it in his takes and everything. I mean, he's one hell of a hitter. We had a hell of a pitcher out there, but our guy won this time.
You were down 0-2 against a guy that's throwing 101. What's going through your mind?
Just trying to see it up. All of his slug is kind of up. And just let me kind of stay back on that slider and drive it the other way.
I know you said that this team has displayed this toughness all season long, but what's the conversation like in the 9th inning when you're down 1?
There is no
Back here on Marlins on Deck as we get you ready for the series finale, Cubs-Marlins. This has been an interesting series thus far. We are pleased and honored to join by Pat Hughes in year 43 in baseball. Let me start with this. What was your backup career if this thing didn't work out for 40-plus years?
That's a good question. I probably should have made plans just in case it didn't work out, but I never really thought about that. I wanted to do this from the time I was a kid, really. First of all, I wanted to be a professional player. I was a decent athlete, but never great. I did play on the Colt League All-Star team that played in the World Series in 1971, and I played a little basketball in high school and played 1 year in college. But I was never going to be a professional athlete. But I thought the next best thing would maybe to be a play-by-play man. My older brother John was in college at San Jose State, already dabbling in play-by-play, and he said, why don't you give it a try? And I was still playing at the time in my 1 year in college, but I thought, you know what, I got to start making some contingency plans. I'm not going to be an NBA player or a shortstop in the big leagues, so I started broadcasting, and I got completely into it, and I listened to the best guys. Did not steal from anybody, but there's an old saying, if you copy from one person, it's called plagiarism. But if you borrow from a lot of people, it's called research. So that's what I did.
Absolutely love that. You know, throughout everyone's broadcast career, you have these sliding door moments where if you go this way, maybe this could have happened, and you went this way, and now you're here. When you look back at your career, do you have a moment where you felt like really pushed you into 43 years of this?
Well, I think I've been lucky along the way. I did my first big league ball game, Steve, when I was 27 years old. So that shows you how dedicated I was to get to that point, to be in the big leagues at such a young age. I did television. The very next year, I didn't know what jobs were open, but I loved radio from day one, still do, and it's my preference. I know you can make probably a lot more money on national television than local radio. That doesn't matter to me. I'm making a good living, doing exactly what I want to do, working with Ron Coomer, working for good people, working at Wrigley Field every day. We had the thrill of covering the World Series. But as far as one move, I think really you have to be able to move. You have to, you'd love to stay in your hometown and broadcast big league ball, but very few people can do that. My former partner in Milwaukee, Bob Uecker, was one of them. There are other guys that have been in their hometown, but if you want to be a professional sports play-by-play man, you've got to be willing to relocate. And I was lucky enough to get the Milwaukee Brewers radio job in '84, and I've done Major League Baseball on radio ever since. And I got the Cubs job in 1996 working with Ron Santo, and there was a guy named Harry Carey that was doing television that came over into the radio booth, and it was almost surreal. I remember a Saturday in my first year, 1996, a beautiful day at Wrigley, full house, Cubs and Cardinals. Here is Harry Carey in the middle. I'm over on one side, Ron Santo on the other side. As I look beyond Ron Santo through the glass partition, there's the great Jack Buck on Cardinal radio. And I thought, you know what? I want to stay here. This is where I am right now, and I have no plans to go anywhere else. And I honestly still feel that way to this very day.
The great Pat Hughes is with us now on Marlins on Deck. I got one last one for you. We take so much pride in radio in a day and age where people maybe aren't turning it on in their car anymore. They're connecting their phone and playing music. But I know for myself and Jack, we love this thing. You've been doing it for so long. What is the key, you think, to a really good radio broadcast?
I interviewed Vin Scully, Steve, many years ago on a pregame show, and I said, Vinny, 100 years from now, when people listen and watch your work, what do you want them to think and feel? He said, well, you know, I want them to think that I was accurate and that I was fair. Accurate in terms of description and statistics, make sure you get the right years and the right numbers of home runs and batting streaks. So accurate and fair. I want to be fair to ball players, to managers with their decisions, base coaches, and umpires. So I think if you start with those two building blocks of accuracy and fairness, I think those are two things that go a long way. And then whatever personality that you may have, you can develop that as time goes on as well. But I think accurate and fair are the two things you should start with and then go from there.
Happy early birthday. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks to Jack, too.
Coming up next, we'll get you ahead of the count with Kate Horton and Max Meyer. It's the series finale. 1:10 first pitch right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
On the corners, here's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped deep to left field. Back is Morel. He's looking. It is gone!
What was that feeling rounding the pillows today, just being your first game back and hitting a home run?
Oh, I mean, it feels amazing. Just everything what we've been through. It's what I running that base. It's just think about all the good things now.
I do, and I still do, and I have his shirt hanging up.
There's a shot right field from Hicks. It's deep. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. William Hicks with his 4th home run of the year. The Marlins have hit the first 2 of the series in this game, and they lead 5-1. Pitched. Line drive center field. Will it drop? Coming in hard. Meisner can't get it. Drops for a hit. 1 run will score. They will hold up Stowers, but it's an RBI hit for Wagaman. May have been a broken bat. It was off the end of the bat. Marlins will take it. They regain a 3-run lead.
Hard in the low 90s, and the spin was pretty much in line with where his split typically is.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Belted to left field and deep. Going back is Simpson. He leaps. He can't get it. It's off the wall. The Marlins will score 3. Norby clears the bases with his 6th double of the year. The Marlins exploding for 4 runs here in the 4th inning. Marlins in front. And here it is. That's taken down low. It's ball 4. And Ramirez he stopped there for a moment. He will go to first. It's a bases loaded walk.
1-1. Wagaman lines that one out to center field. That's going to be deep enough to plate a run. Meisner circling. He makes the catch. His throw coming into the infield goes to second base, and Sanchez will tag and score on a sacrifice fly.
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, this is Xavier Edwards here, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
We're up and running here on a Wednesday afternoon in the 305 live from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Series finale, Cubs and the Marlins. Man, this has been such an awesome series. And honestly, it's been a great matchup against the Marlins this year. The Chicago Cubs and the Marlins have played 5 games thus far. Only 1 blowout, which was yesterday. But the other 4 up to this point decided by less than 3 runs. So Cade Horton will toe the rubber for the Cubs here today. Steven Strom, Rod Allen, and Jack McMullen, they have your call at 110. Horton will go opposite Max Meyer. We'll start with the visitors. And Cade, 23-year-old right-hander, first-round pick in the 2022 draft, made his debut on May 10th against the New York Mets. He pitched 4 frames of relief. He picked up his first win of his career. He then made his first start of his career on Friday against the White Sox. 5 frames, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 punch-outs. Gave up 2 home runs on 79 pitches. He throws a 4-seamer, a sweeper, a curveball, changeup, sinker. That sweeper is really good, a 39.3% whip percentage in AAA. That's his standout offering. But he does walk some guys, 12% walk rate in AAA. Hopefully the Marlins can take advantage of some plate discipline against Cade this afternoon. Cade Horton will go opposite Max Meyer, 26-year-old right-hander from Woodbury, Minnesota. Beautiful place, folks. 10th start overall for Meyer. 3-4, a 4.47 ERA, 50 1/3 innings pitched. 59 punch-outs to just 16 walks. He picked up the win on Friday against the Rays. He allowed 4 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 7 punch-outs. We mentioned the 2 comebackers he took. 1 to the ankle. We saw the bruise in the clubhouse. Looks pretty bad, but Max Meyer played hockey. He's tough. He also got hit on the hamstring as well, but all accounts, Max Meyer is ready to make his 10th start. He did face the Cubs on August 23rd of last year. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, and 2 punch-outs. So a battle of 2 guys that have really nasty sliders. Cade Horton and Max Meyer will both toe the rubber for their respective teams at 110. On deck, I see them, Rod Allen and Jack McMullen. They will join me next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Visit Miccosukee Casino and Resort, where fortune meets fun. With over 1,800 slot machines.
On the corners, here's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped deep to left field. Back is Morel. He's looking. It is gone!
What was that feeling rounding the pillows today, just being your first game back and hitting a home run?
Oh, I mean, it feels amazing. Just everything what we've been through. It's what I running that base. It's just think about all the good things now.
I do, and I still do, and I have his shirt hanging up.
There's a shot right field from Hicks. It's deep. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. William Hicks with his 4th home run of the year. The Marlins have hit the first 2 of the series in this game, And they lead 5-1. Pitched. Line drive center field. Will it drop? Coming in hard. Meisner can't get it. Drops for a hit. 1 run will score. They will hold up Stowers, but it's an RBI hit for Wagaman. May have been a broken bat. It was off the end of the bat. Marlins will take it and regain a 3-run lead.
Hard in the low 90s, and the spin was pretty much in line with where his split typically is.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Belted to left field and deep. Going back is Simpson. He leaps and can't get it. It's off the wall. The Marlins will score 3. Norby clears the bases with his 6th double of the year. The Marlins exploding for 4 runs here in the 4th inning. Marlins in front. And here it is. That's taken down low. It's ball 4. And Ramirez he stopped there for a moment. He will go to first. It's a bases loaded walk.
1-1. Wagaman lines that one out to center field. That's going to be deep enough to play to run. Meisner circling. He makes the catch. His throw coming into the infield goes to second base, and Sanchez will tag and score on a...
All right, here we go. It's the Marlins, it's the Cubs. This has been a fabulous couple of matchups outside of yesterday. Each game decided by less than 3 runs. Marlins looking to win 2 out of 3 and take back-to-back series this weekend. I got the best broadcasters in the game right now joining me now. Rod Allen, Jack McMullen. What is going on, guys? Good morning. Is it good morning? No, good afternoon. How we doing today, guys?
Outstanding.
You ready?
It could be morning, it could be afternoon. We're still going to be outstanding.
Outstanding. I will tell you this. The beauty and the charm about baseball, we always talk about it 24 hours later. We get to flush yesterday. I want flush essentials from the both of you. What is the essentials to flushing a game like yesterday? We'll start with the man that played in the majors, Rod Allen.
Well, you go home, and a lot of these guys have families, and a lot of these guys have significant others, whether it be wives or girlfriends. You go home, and you just have a real nice, chill night, and you forget about what happened at the baseball diamond. Wake up, and you come to the ballpark and realize you're still in the major leagues, and you go out and have some fun.
Jack, give me your flushing essentials.
Yeah. The number that jumps out to me more than any other, to be honest with you, is the 1 instead of the 14. Like, it's the 1 offensively. It's the lineup kind of going quiet against Jameson Taillon for 7 innings, who came in with a 4.5 ERA. I understand that guy's a veteran and knows how to maneuver the strike zone, but at the end of the day, like, he doesn't have the best stuff that you're going to see this week. So Taillon and Chris Flexen giving them 9 innings of 1-run ball was the discouraging part to me. 14, like 5 came against a position player, and then 6 came against 1 reliever.
Right.
Like, okay, you know what? Those 2 guys have a really rough night. For me, it's bouncing back offensively, having a good plan of attack, wiping the slate clean, getting ready to roll against a talented rookie right-hander in Cade Horton.
I think my computer literally just froze. Yep, your device ran into a problem and needs a restart. So our
That's
StreamYard
fine.
is whatever. We'll keep rolling with the punches here.
We're still here. It looks like you're picking your nose a little bit.
That's
with
great.
how you froze.
Great time to have a computer restart. Otto Lopez is starting at shortstop for the first time this season, of course, with Xavier Edwards on the IL. Rod, what have you gleaned from him that you feel maybe he profiles as a shortstop for the Marlins?
Well, first of all, he's got the arm strength to play shortstop. I mean, we've watched him on a number of occasions. He's usually the cutoff guy in the outfield they use when there's a relay play toward home plate or third base. He also has the footwork because we've watched him at second base, and he's stellar over there, and he's got really good hands as well. The key for him, it's a lot faster over at that position than it is at second base. He has to make faster decisions. He's going to have to charge the baseball, but he has plenty enough arm strength to play on that side of the diamond, whether it be shortstop or whether it be third base. The biggest difference for him will be the speed of the game. It's a lot faster on that side than it is on the other side of the diamond. So he'll have to make sure that he understands that.
Let's put the cherry on top here with Max Meyer, Jack McMullen. We had discussed, and he mentioned it in his last start, one of the more frustrating parts of these last couple have been the inability to have the shutdown inning after his offense puts together a decent amount of runs. We looked at it. Tampa Bay, the Marlins scored 4 in the 4th inning. Rays came back in the 5th and scored 3 in Chicago. Marlins plated 1 in the 7th. The White Sox plated 3 in that 7th. What do you make of that trend?
I don't know. Like, you'd like to think that it's coincidental over the course of three starts or 4 starts, whatever it may be. But for Max, I think it's just a matter of locking back in and, not taking your foot off the gas pedal, right? You're flooring it in the 1st inning. And we saw Meyer opened with a 1-2-3 first last time out, and he had a couple of punch outs. But then after that, when it feels like you may have some alleviated stress, it gets put right back on with the shutdown inning. So I think not letting your guard down, to be honest, and not saying, whew, okay, I can breathe a little bit because I've got a lead. We were taught when we were, 10 years old? Throw like it's 0-0, right? Play like it's 0-0. Play like you're in a tie game at all times. And I feel like that's probably the recipe for success for me.
Very good. Yeah, I know, man. I got to figure this thing out.
He's working on it.
Let's break here. We'll have Rod and Jack. They have your call, of course, at 110. Good job, fellas. Good professionalism. I know sometimes that's not easy with the StreamYard. First time this season, honestly, at a 48 game.
Rod's
so
a pro,
we'll take
man.
it. Oh, Rod's locked in all the time. We'll break here. Expo question, Steve's guarantee. And then we'll play some baseball. Series finale before the Marlins head out to the West Coast right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Miami Marlins fans.
3-0 pitch, green light. That one hammered out to center and deep. A line shot homer. 3-0 swinging, and Sanchez greets Ben Brown to Miami.
I was talking to Sanchez before the game today. I don't know if you guys were around or not, but he was out here working on his base stealing today. And I said, "You going to steal a base today?" He said, "Not only am I going to steal a base today, but I'm going to hit a home run too."
Brown, Stowers hitting cleanup today, but again a 3-ball count. And Augustine Ramirez hits one high and deep left center. Suzuki back, Suzuki track. That one's gone. Back-to-back blasts open the ball game. Sanchez is second, Ramirez is sixth, and it's 2-0 Fish in the first. And the 2-1. I want to rip down the first base line. That's in for a base hit. This could win it. It's rolling all the way to the wall. Hillen to tie it. Sanoja in to win it. And it's a walk-off 2-run double for Jesus Sanchez. The Marlins magic continues in Miami.
Derek, this was just an incredible win tonight. What did your team display against the Cubs?
I feel like what we've been displaying the whole year doesn't matter until the last pitch. We're always in it no matter what.
What are you thinking with Sanchez up at the plate?
I knew we were going to win once he got up. I mean, it's just a fact. You could see it in his takes and everything. I mean, he's one hell of a hitter. We had a hell of a pitcher out there, but our guy won this time.
You were down 0-2 against a guy that's throwing 101. What's going through your mind?
Just trying to see it up. All of his slug is kind of up, and just let me kind of stay back on that slider and drive it the other way.
I know you said that.
Nice. Stream now. All right, we're back, StreamYard audience. Fox Sports 940, we never even left yet. That's why radio is the best, because it doesn't have technical difficulties like StreamYard, but no GoPro on the camera. We got a grainy, like in the pictures. I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. But we're back on the Marlins on deck. Series finale, Cubs and the Marlins. Cade Horton will go opposite Max Meyer this afternoon. Marlins going to take 2 out of 3 win back-to-back series here at home, and with a 4-2 home and 2 out of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Looking to take 2 out of 3 against these Cubbies. Let's get to our expo question of the day at Marlins Radio. We talked about Max Meyer in his last start on Friday against Tampa. He took 2 comebacks. Where were they? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantees.
Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Better late than never. We have a couple I want to get into, and that's why I said guarantees today. I like the Marlins to draw 3 walks. Here's why. If there's anything to Cade Horton, it's only 2 starts, so it's hard to dissect and deep dive into guys that don't have a big sample size. But Cade Horton did have a 12% walk percentage with AAA. The Marlins are going to have to do that. He's got a great fastball that runs in on righties. He's got an outstanding slider with a 39% whiff percentage. The Marlins are going to have to display some really solid plate discipline. I like them to draw 3 walks. On the other end, Max Meyer quality start. It's been weird with Max. You look at the lines, it feels like it's been that one big inning. In a lot of ways, kind of like Sandy, except that Max Meyer has gone deeper in the game, so the ERA looks a lot better. Max Meyer's gotten to, 5-6 innings multiple times this season. I like him to have a quality start against this Cubs lineup, and I like the Marlins to win this afternoon and take 2 out of 3 against the Cubbies. Folks, I hope you get the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Rod Allen, he's always ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.
Number 1 on your car radio pre